So the Browns are in a bad spot. They're 2-6 because they beat the Packers somehow, some way. And yeah, who else did they beat actually? Now that I think about it, I don't really follow the Brownies that much. They beat the Packers and they beat the Dolphins. That's right. So I had to force advance, by the way, all the way up to week 10 because to make it all 100% accurate and stuff like that. But after week 10, where we're taking off here, none of these games are force advance. But before that, they are for obvious reasons. But we're going to see today if Otto Graham, of all people, can fix the Cleveland Brownies. So if you don't know who Otto Graham is a 6-time champion, world champion for the Cleveland Brownies. He played a long time ago. He actually played in the 40s and 50s. He started in 46 and he ended his career in 55. So we're talking about 70 plus years ago. He won 4 championships with them, 7 All-Pros, 5 Pro Bowls, 3 NFL championships. So technically speaking, it is 6. Okay, it's 6 total. Actually, no, it's 7 total. He won 3 NFL champs and 4 AAFC champs. So 7 championships with them. He also was 3 times MVP, 1955 Player of the Year, Hall of Famer of the All 1950 squad. This guy has a resume, okay? And to be honest, I'm kind of excited to see what he can do. Also, little side note, in 1946, he had negative 125 rushing yards. Negative 125 rushing yards. That's up there. That is up there for an interesting fact. So, we are going to actually go ahead and start Quinton Judkins, who I believe in real life got hurt, but for the sake of this franchise, we're 2-6, okay? We're trying to make the Brownies a playoff team. This is not the Hall of Fame video type concept, but we're just going to see what can Otto Graham do for us. So, they beat the Jets, which shouldn't be that difficult. Then they play the Ravens, who, let's see if they take care of business. They do not. It's not surprising. They play the Raiders, okay. Lose to the Raiders. Oh, that's so bad. That is so bad. We're going to do a couple statements, by the way, not just one. They lose to the Niners by 3 points. At least they kept it close. So at this point now, they are out of the playoffs. Like, they're not making the playoffs at this point. 3-10. You're not making the playoffs. You're not making the playoffs, in all honesty, if you have 8 losses. At this point, we are now today in football where if you have less or more than 7 losses, you're not making the playoffs. 10-7 is the cutoff. It used to be 9-8. Now it's 10-7. So you're 10-7 or worse. Got fired. All right. Well, I was kind of hoping to get to the end of the season, Brownies. Kind of forgot about this factor, is that they do fire you rather quickly in Cleveland. But Otto Graham put up 13 touchdowns, 8 interceptions. He got benched at one point. Or maybe not benched, maybe he got hurt. He either got benched or got hurt. And somehow Deshaun Watson came in. I don't know why Deshaun Watson's coming in. But yeah, we're going to do another sim here. And hopefully this gets a little bit better. And Deshaun Watson doesn't somehow come back from injury. But yeah, let's do this again. Because this was kind of a bust here. So, little side note, in case you're wondering, I'm also going to turn off coach firing. So, first sim usually is never good. It's usually always dog water. So, this is our final stretch. We beat the Jets. We beat the Bengals. I hate this so much. And we lost every other game in the year. So, let's go back. Let's go back to restart this. And let's also turn off coach firing because I'm going to assume we're going to get fired again. The Browns are not a good team, and I don't think a quarterback's going to fix that. They're going to need a lot of help. So for right now, we're just going to have to, not have that whole concept go on, okay? So let's try this again, and hopefully the second time is better. Usually the second time is better. That's all I'll say. All right. And we are also going to start Quinton Judkins, but he also only had 13 touchdowns in our last sim, which that's so bad. This time they beat the Jets again. Play the Ravens again. Let's see if they can win this game. And they lose that game again, so I'm not really feeling confident moving forward here. They lose to the Raiders. Okay, I think this is going to go exactly the way we thought it was going to go. They beat the Niners this time. Okay, so they beat the Niners. They play the Titans. They lose to the Titans. They play the Bears. And they beat the Bears. Okay, so something the Bengals can't do, apparently. They play the 11-3 Bills. They lose by 1 single point. That is heartbreaking. Trust me, I know. We lost to the Jets by 1 point. They beat the Steelers, and they finish it off versus the Bengals. And this time they beat the Bengals again. So, fun times. So, he still had 13 touchdowns. I don't know how Deshaun Watson keeps playing. Is it like he gets hurt or something and like they take him out? Hold up. Where does Deshaun start playing? Maybe it's the final... Because Dylan Gabriel, I feel like, would play instead. Okay, so that might just be a visual glitch. I think that's just a glitch. Yeah, that's just a glitch because Otto never gets benched. Did Deshaun play this year? He didn't. I don't know why he has stats. But, okay, so that's just a visual glitch. He's actually... He doesn't play. He literally doesn't play any of these games. So I'm not sure why. He doesn't get benched. He doesn't get taken out. It's just a visual glitch. So this right here is just wrong. But anyway, 13 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. He also put up 224 yards on the ground, which I guess in 2025, that's not too crazy. That, quarterback, if he's still on 13 touchdowns, he's probably going to start getting mobile because you got to do something in this context here. So, yeah, 31st offense, definitely not the sexiest. We're going to try one more time for the 1950 Boomer, but I'll be honest, this is not looking as sexy as I thought it was going to look. I thought Otto was going to, completely change around this team. Maybe not take them to a Super Bowl, but Kurt Warner took the Cardinals to the playoffs in my franchises earlier, so my video earlier. So I thought that maybe something could happen. I don't know, man. We're going to sim it like this because sometimes when you sim it like this, different things happen. So, come on. At least give me a playoff. I just want a playoffs. I mean, I know 2-6 is hard to get to the playoffs, but still. And I got fired. I forgot to turn off coach firing. Oh, man. I got to make that a abundant thing moving forward for myself. But, wait. I got fired for this? Hold up. So, they lost to the Jets and the Ravens, right? 2-6. So, they lost what? 4 more games? Yeah, they lost 4 more games. So, they went 7-10. Okay. I guess that kind of makes sense to get fired for going 7-10. But he did. Wow, he actually had like one of the best stat lines. 24 touchdowns, 14 interceptions. That's the best we have seen him do so far this video. So shout out to the boy for that, but not shout out to the fact that I keep getting fired and the second worst offense. All right, guys. Tell me down below your thoughts and opinions. I'll see you guys next one. Peace.